Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner.
Dude, I'm really wondering if my mom's laptop, the one that I gave to her, if she's still using it or not.
Why would she not?
Huh?
Well,
if they got another one. Sometimes they'll upgrade and they won't tell me. And then, like, I'll go to visit, like, a year later, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I've been using this laptop for, like, a year now, and that one's just been sitting in the corner. I'm like...
I try to do that for a while, like, give my parents technology.
Yeah.
Or just try to keep them up to speed on, like, what's going on, and be like, hey, like, this is out, like, check this out, or, oh, look at this. Like, I'll get them, like, new headphones, or, you know, just something like up to date.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or...
something nicer than what they got.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. And then I go back and see them later on, and they're like, well, actually, this old thing, it doesn't work really, but I'm just used to it, you know? Oh, my God. Why didn't you tell me that so I didn't spend like $400 on this thing for you?
Or it could have just like got it back or something. Like could have put it to use.
Yeah. Or it's like 6 months later so you can't return it, you know? Or
dude.
Okay, welcome to Kenobi's Corner. My name is Eric, and this is John. Chuckling John, we call him. We're here this week to talk to you about movies, comic books, video games, sci-fi, and fantasy, and everything we find interesting in between.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, John. You've been here for a while, so I don't know why I'm welcoming you back. But dude,
you're trying to get rid of me. That's what you're trying to do.
It's a sad week. Because two of my bad hombres, are leaving town for a week, leaving me solo in a building full of thousands of people.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
No more lunch dates.
Yep. Sans lunch date.
It's okay, man.
No, man, it's cool. I mean, you're going to see a great thing, Star Wars Celebration.
Dude,
so
we invited you.
I know, man.
I mean, parental duties, though. Those come first, so.
Yeah, kiddo needs to be raised. So I wish it would have been something that we could have planned out for, but I think just after New York, like, it wouldn't have been something that we could have taken more time off for. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
if we planned it better. And
we've been planning this for 6 months now.
You know, that's true. That is true, sir. No, I think because we definitely want to take her to Disney World or Disneyland. I think we want to take her at a time where she can really enjoy it. Like,
yeah, man, that's why you leave her at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, is the wife staying home, John? Or are you?
No, she's gone.
Okay,
but she's old enough to enjoy it.
That's true. That's true. Just barely. Well, right on, man. Well, I'm glad y'all are going to Celebration. We have a few things to cover this week, and should be fun. Should be good times. A few announcements this week. Yeah. One announcement this week that came out. I'm really upset that you don't have more background into it.
I know. I'm sorry.
The Invader Zim announcement, man.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon. You don't remember that show?
No, dude. And I hate to say it because I feel like, I don't know, I think people are trying to or think that I'm trying to have pity or get pity, but I didn't have money growing up. We didn't have any money. So watching any kind of cable television was complete privilege. So I didn't know any of those shows.
I think I say, as a kid, but I'm honestly, now that I'm trying to think back on it, I think Invader Zim came out when I was in either high school or close to being in college. Because I remember watching it and being like, this show is freaking ridiculous. And
you love it.
And I loved it. I think I kind of feel that way now about Rick and Morty. But it definitely isn't on the scale of Rick and Morty. It's, it's a race of invaders. They go out.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the one that's always left behind.
Yeah.
He gets assigned to Earth, and so he's trying to show his impress since he's the whole race is kind of small except for their elite beings. They're called the tallest, and they're just the tallest of everybody.
That's awesome.
So he's trying to impress everybody and get on everybody's good side or whatever.
Okay. Because he's not the tallest?
Because he's not the tallest.
Gotcha.
So, and it's just him and his misadventures of trying to take over the world. It's like Peaky and the Brain on steroids, pretty much. But yeah, it definitely has some absurdity to it, but it's pretty good, man.
Dude, okay.
So, let's see, when did it come out? Oh, in 2001. Dude, I was way out of high school. I was knee deep in college. Yeah. Actually, I was just
full beard and everything.
Didn't have a face beard back then, man.
No,
didn't have a chin beard. I was sans beard, but I did have long hair.
Oh, you traded it now.
Yeah, I traded it in. I did the long hair on top, shaved on the sides. It's kind of making a comeback now.
Okay, yeah. It is making a comeback now.
So, I don't know. I think I started that trend, and I was like, okay, I'm out. You guys do with it what you will. I'm gonna cut it up.
And then it died.
And
now it's coming back.
Now
it's okay. Yeah, it's all right.
No, I started working for a government facility, and they frowned on different hairstyles like that. So,
oh man.
That's my story. Anyway, so Invader Zim is coming back. It looks like it's going to be like a made-for-TV movie, maybe a 90-minute TV movie, but, kind of picking up where the show left off. Yeah. It did get canceled, I think, after a year or so, and then came back for a little bit, and then got canceled again.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
As shows were to do back in the day.
Yeah.
So, things that kind of made a comeback from Nickelodeon, like that Legends of the Hidden Temple. Remember we talked about it a while back?
I think so.
Right? Sounds familiar? Yeah. And then it came out back at the end of the year, and nobody talked about it because apparently it blew.
Really?
So, I think it was definitely like aiming for kids. Yeah. And it totally missed the entire generation that completely knew about it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it did very well at all.
Yeah. Well,
especially since we didn't hear anything further about it. But I think they're bringing back at the end of the year. They're coming back with Hey Arnold. Do you know what Hey Arnold is?
I feel like I know the name.
Yeah.
Is it the kid with the big head?
Yes.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew the only one that I knew from like Nick stuff was Legends of the Hidden Temple was one because my grandparents. We got to watch it with my grandparents when I was like, I don't know, one of the summers we were visiting in like El Paso where I used to live, but from LA.
Oh, right.
So like we'd go from LA to there, and then like I think we just tore through it one summer. Like he was just playing a bunch of reruns.
Oh, right.
For kids who are at home like, from
there
school.
You
go. So I knew that one, but like all the rest of the stuff, like I have no clue.
I feel like I have a lot of this like cultural knowledge back from then, you know, of all these shows. But then while I was sitting on my ass watching TV, you were doing other things like, I don't know, learning how to play guitar, playing with electronics more. I feel like you were ahead of the curve on that for me, for sure. So,
just a little bit of electronics, a little bit of music.
Yeah.
A little bit of tennis. Maybe a lot of bit of tennis.
A lot of bit of tennis?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did a lot of hand jobs. That's what you're saying.
Wow. I see. I see where this is going to go. Thanks.
Just throwing it out there, man. You've grown up. You're doing adult hand jobs now.
Damn you.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right.
So,
Hey Arnold.
Okay. So, Hey Arnold is sometime later this year. We both work in hand jobs now. Come on. We both work with our hands, if you know what I mean.
All day.
All day.
At least 8 hours a day.
At least straight in our eyes. Gonna go blind, apparently.
We're doomed, man. We're doomed.
We're doing terrible. But yeah, so staying on the TV tip, Inhumans is also coming out.
Oh, God.
This is all unusable. This is totally just cut all this out.
We're gonna be like, what the hell?
We can't do anything.
Stupid podcast.
All right, so moving on. Inhumans is also coming out. Oh yeah, no, I was talking about Hey Arnold.
Oh, man.
Before we get to Inhumans, Hey Arnold coming out this year also. So it's like a whole revitalization of these shows that came out in the late '90s, early 2000s. That Nicktoons, they really had a good grasp on these shows that were really, I don't know what, like they were so original. Like Real Monsters was out there. After the whole Ren and Stimpy stuff, it was just a Rocko's Modern Life, I think, is going to be coming back also. I don't know, man. Like, that'd be really cool if they brought some of this other stuff back.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know. It might be awesome. I've never seen any of it.
I know. It would be new. Okay, it'd be great for everybody that used to know, and then like just a reintroduction to those that hadn't seen.
Right. Yeah.
So I remember watching some of this stuff when I was a kid and well, young adult. Okay, I was probably like 21 by the time like all this other stuff came out. Yeah, but yeah, man, it has a fond place in my heart.
Yeah. I mean, I never grew up with Nickelodeon, so I never paid attention to anything, even like afterwards, because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I like watch Nick," and they would still watch it. Like, and I don't think I got cable until I was like, man, I was well into my 20s. Like, it was way later. And then, like, by that time, I didn't want to watch Nickelodeon. Like, it was like, whatever.
You're already past it.
Yeah, I was
done
past
with it.
I was like playing 2 shows a weekend with the band. Like, there was no time for Nickelodeon.
If you were still watching Nick and doing gigs, man, I don't know.
I mean, that would have not been bad. It's
actually.
I wasn't introduced to it as a kid, so I didn't have like any reason to go back and watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
I was checking out other things.
I mean, I say that, and as we're talking about us being like 10, 15 years later, being excited about some Nicktoons coming back. So
yeah, heck yeah,
no room
exactly.
to speak. I'm super excited.
Like,
about
I think
it.
it'll be cool. Like,
yeah, Inhumans. Let's talk about it.
Okay,
Getting into the Marvel universe.
There we go.
You're excited about it. It's coming out. It's full force. The Disney, the TV wing of Disney is super excited about the direction that they're going with everything. And it seems like from what they're saying in the article that I'm going to post here as well, is it's not going to be like anything else that we've ever seen on TV before.
Right.
Which is weird because the one thing that Inhumans is kind of like most likely is not the mutant version, but the Marvel version of Game of Thrones, essentially, right? I mean, it's a royal family, right? Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot going on. There's so many like different factions and other things. Like, it seems like it's always a constant struggle, and apparently winter is also almost coming. Like, I don't know. So what do you think, man? Like the first 2 movies are gonna first 2 episodes are gonna be running out of IMAX.
Yeah,
which is pretty amazing, dude. Like,
yeah, man.
They're gonna start September 1st. They're gonna run for a couple weeks. What do you think, man?
Dude, I want to be excited, man. I really want to be excited. I just don't. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is pretty awesome. It's back on the air now, and I totally forgot to watch the last episode.
Oh, dang. So did I.
Yeah. But
I saw it recording the other night, and I was like, what's on right now? Oh, well. I guess nothing.
Nothing. But yeah, it's back on the air now. Like, I haven't watched the last episode, but I mean, I like it. I don't know what my hesitation is about this one, though. You know, I don't know if it's just because overall it really feels like they're trying to make Inhumans the new X-Men, trying to like nudge the X-Men out and like end a lot of those storylines and kill off a lot of those characters. And dude, it just, man, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It really bugs me, I guess, that the comic side of things is going that way. And this is just an extension of it. And I don't know. I'm just really skeptical. I want it to be good. I want it to be successful. But at the same time, I guess it just like stings a little bit on a personal level. Like, I'm taking it personally, and I should not be. It just needs to be its own thing. It needs to be separate from everything else, and I just need to enjoy it for what it is. But I'm taking it personally, man, and I'm trying not to be that way because I want to enjoy this when it comes out.
I think you're gonna enjoy it, man. I think it's one of those things like
okay.
like Legion, like not like Legion, but like Logan, that you were totally against, and it blew your mind when it finally got to the movie theater. So I think we're going to be the same. I don't know. Maybe advance tickets will go on sale. Not too sure, but man, that's still like half a year away. So we still got some time to see what's up.
Yeah, and dude, it'll be cool.
Well, staying with the episodic adventures, Defenders also dropped a teaser trailer this week. Just really quickly after we've got to consume Iron Fist a couple weeks ago. Small little teaser of all of them, Iron Fist, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
It looked like maybe they had just finished a fight or something to that nature.
I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Like,
they can't kind of seem like, it looks like
they're maybe a little winded or something.
Yeah, Iron Fist is kind of like rubbing his head, gets kind of looking around, and Daredevil's wearing not his his costume, but like the original costume that he had, where it was just the bandana covering his eyes or like that cloth that covers the top of his head and his eyes, and which is kind of weird because everybody else looks like nobody else is dressed up.
Dude, you know what I noticed is like Luke Cage also has like a bunch of bullet holes in his hoodie.
Yeah, but that's his hoodie though. Maybe he's just wearing his old hoodie.
He only has hoodies that have bullet holes in
That's true. And that's like one of the big gripes in the comic book too, is like I'm always having to get new clothes.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But Jessica Jones looks fine. Like she's just like meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And it's funny because like one of the first things that I noticed about this promo, and I had already thought about it, like I already had this thought, and it was just funny because it was like, oh yeah, this is exactly why. But like they haven't put a mask on Iron Fist at all, even though in the comics he's got that mask.
Yeah.
But it's the exact same mask that the Daredevil uses, like the old school costume.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the head wrapping with like the little ponytail at the end coming out the back.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's wearing here.
Dude,
and I was like,
already
that's
has a
why.
costume. Like they should have just let him like really play it up. Well, you know what? Actually, if you really think about it,
he's the one who needs a costume.
Yeah. I mean, Iron Fist, he's already kind of out there as it is, and especially like with the way the last season went. It didn't have the highest of notes. It wasn't getting as critical acclaim as the other series had been. But I mean, if you would have thrown on top of that like a crazy costume, I don't know how well it would have been further received.
Yeah.
So. Kind of crazy, but I kind of see where they're coming from. Still excited to see it.
It's cool, man. I mean, it's nice to see them together, right? Like, this confirms a bunch of stuff. Like, it's filming. They're all in one location.
It's actually happening.
Yeah,
not just the Nirvana cover, but it's it's actually there. It's happening.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Of course, I'm excited to see it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm like super pumped.
Can't
get here soon enough.
Well, John, I don't remember if we talked about it, but how were you in your comic book knowledge of the New Mutants?
Fairly good.
Fairly okay.
Fairly okay.
So essentially, what's coming out is this past week the news had been released that Squirrel Girl was going to be coming to TV.
Doreen Green?
Yes. So, but it's not going to be just like a her series. It's going to be she's going to be introduced with the New Mutants.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Did it
So
say
the
which
new
ones?
So
Trying to look it up right now.
yeah, it's in the article that I posted in here. But essentially, it's going to be a bunch of heroes that's not quite heroes, and as they said, not quite. Hold on a second. What did he say? He said not quite heroes. Oh yeah, not quite super and not yet heroes.
All right.
I think that's a good kind of little description of like the team, and that's according to Marvel.com. I don't know, man. I don't know who else is going to be in here.
So I'm wondering if they're just going to bring in like random like characters from the books.
Still pretty crazy.
I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Like Squirrel Girl is one of those ones that like just like this freaking random character. Like it's freaking cool, man. Like I don't know. It's just it's awesome. I think she's if I'm not mistaken, with my Marvel knowledge, and I might be, so I don't know if this is true fact or whatever, but I think she took out Dr. Doom once, like all on her own.
Oh, really?
with hundreds and thousands of squirrels, but maybe not hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands of them.
At least her and oh, dang it, now it's going to bother me. Her main squirrel friend.
Her squirrel friend?
Yes. Damn it, I can't remember. It's going to bother me. Oh, well, anyway. I want to say it's like Skippy or something. No.
That sounds right.
No. Oh, I can't remember.
Hold on, wait. Let's find out.
You looking it up?
Yeah, I got it right here. Tippy Toe?
Yes. I think that's it. I was way off.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I think that's it.
What'd you say?
Skippy? I don't know.
Tippy Toe and Skippy, those are pretty two similar physical ways to walk. So...
I mean, I just remember it being like a cutesy name, like it wasn't anything like a series. It wasn't like Bob,
Yeah.
But
Squirrel Girl with her companion Bob.
But yeah, man, like I don't know, dude. I think she's just a cool character, like overall.
Yeah,
I would definitely watch that. Like that would be really, really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Freeform TV, so which is one of the newer channels that have been coming out. But I mean, that's kind of crazy, and it's from what the reports are saying, the show is gonna be more lighthearted. It's gonna be 30 minutes compared to the hour adventures of the Defenders and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nice.
So it'll be like a short, like compact package, and kind of be lighthearted, similar to the way that like her own comic is. But Freeform also got Cloak and Dagger. So
yeah, I was about to say, like, isn't Freeform a Fox property?
I believe so. Well, I mean, I don't know, because if Disney's excited about it and promoting it, like where does that fall?
Because I think, if I'm not, again, total random, and I'm not sure if I'm right, I think she is technically a mutant. Or at least that's the way she was previously in comic books. Now, I know they've done a bunch of that, like, routing around.
Technically a mutant, but they might have to write around it because Freeform is a Disney TV show. It's a Disney property, Disney ABC.
So I mean, that's like what they did for Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like Age of Ultron, and she's like now in the other property and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in the comic books, they literally wrote out and like retconned a bunch of stuff to make them not mutants anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just kind of crazy, man. Like I mean, I guess it is a loophole.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything's been reset. Like after Secret Wars, like the newest Secret Wars event, I guess. Like everything pretty much got reset. So it might be kind of what they're doing, and they're going with that form of it. But yeah, man, that's kind of crazy.
It's nuts. Oh, and speaking of Cloak and Dagger, what's today? The 5th, the 6th? The 6th. So a couple days ago. Well, we're recording on Thursday. But a couple days ago, Freeform ordered their first season of Cloak and Dagger, which is going to be 10 episodes. So, along with everything else that's coming out this year, I think that's pretty awesome.
That's crazy, man.
Nuts, dude.
That's like so much Marvel stuff. Like,
yeah.
It felt like they were playing catch up totally with Arrow and Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and then Supergirl came out on CBS, so it was like full on network.
Yeah.
And like be an actual superhero rather than like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is network TV, but I mean, there wasn't a whole lot.
Were DC like, because they're pretty much all on what station, like DC stuff? Is DC it CW?
Is all, I mean, CW and they partnered with CBS to do the Supergirl stuff.
Oh, okay.
But it is all CW.
So, and Marvel's going Freeform, ABC, Hulu with Runaways.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Netflix with all the Defenders
and Freeform
and Punisher coming out later this year too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, they're like everywhere.
Yes.
Damn.
They're on all the platforms. They're like, oh, you want it on that channel? We got them there too.
We got it.
Don't you
One of the
worry
things that I
about it.
appreciate, and this is more just CW's move, like that free, what we've talked about for a billion times on this show.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that it's free.
I think Freeform is going to be doing the same thing.
I don't know how Freeform works. I don't know if it has.
I think maybe just because it's called Freeform, I think that's how it works, because it's free from.
I want to say I get Freeform TV on like one of the things I subscribe to, like Sling or something.
Oh, okay, right on.
But I don't.
I know. I'm thinking about ditching my satellite too, man. It's getting too much.
Too much.
It's too much.
Yep, I hear you.
Well, all right, man. So excited about seeing all that.
Dude.
Before we jump into some movie news or some movie announcements, let's talk about a couple things that buttoned up their seasons this week and last.
So we're talking about Marvel stuff.
Oh, what are you at?
Dude, Legion.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Okay. I've been wanting to talk about it the last few weeks on the show, and I haven't put it in the notes, so I forget like when we're actually doing the show. But Legion has just about become my favorite show on television right now.
Dude, I feel you, man. It's freaking amazing.
Dude, what the hell? Okay, I liked Logan, but it wasn't like, this is the greatest movie ever, right? Or it's not going to be the movie of the summer for me. Like, there's other things that I enjoyed a lot more, like we've talked about. Legion, like, I could not wait for the next episode to come out. Like, dude, I was just like freaking glued to it the entire time. Dude, it felt like so well written. It was very well acted. Like the way the visuals were freaking legit. One of my biggest complaints about what Fox tends to do with characters is like totally destroy who they are. Like, you know, what their character is about. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't get the essence of like what the comic book was, and they don't translate that to whatever medium they're putting out. Yeah. And dude, this was perfect. Like perfect. Like, my biggest complaint is that they had an opportunity to give Legion a Scottish accent, and they did not.
Well, man, you know.
But there's one scene in particular. I don't know if you know, and I don't know how many spoilers we want to give on here.
I think we can. I think we can go full spoilers.
Maybe not, I mean, we're not full because we're not going to talk about every single little detail of the thing.
No.
But scene
we'll talk about it in detail, but there's going to be some spoiler stuff.
Some spoilers. Okay, so like the scene where they're in front of the chalkboard and doing the whole like cinematic, like he's kind of figuring things out like in his own head, and he creates the second hymn to help work himself through it. And he's got a British accent because Dan Stevens has Stevens. Yeah, his last name, has a British accent, so he's just talking with his own accent. And I was like, no, why? Just make him Scottish.
Like, maybe that would have been too much fan service.
No, it would have been perfect fan service, and that's all it would have been at that point.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I mean, I can't complain about that. Like, it's just an accent, right? Like, it would have been nice. It would have been exactly that, fan service. But, dude, everything else about it, man, like, just, you know, it's a completely new and independent story from what's in the comics. Like, I don't really see where it followed pretty much anything on that. There was actually some characters that got switched from what they were in the comics to what it translated to, you know, real life.
Like, I think, well, I mean, some of the stuff, they still stay true to it. Of course, you know, his, trying to figure out, like, his multiple personalities and, you know, schizophrenia.
But that's exactly what I appreciated about it.
And then even, you know, this is a little spoilery, but even his ties to his dad, you know, because they even showed a Professor X's wheelchair at one point.
Right, yeah.
So,
doing the little flashbacks. And there it is.
Yep.
But yeah, man, like, but that's what I mean. It's like, even with what they changed, the heart of everything was still there, right? Like, if they had changed the fact that he was, like, schizophrenic or dissociative identity disorder.
There you go.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Yes.
Like, if they had changed that aspect about it, that would have been, like, just weird for the character, right? If they had done like way too much one way or the other, if they had, you know, not made it so that he really has to struggle with those things in his head, the way they introduced the Shadow King and who the Shadow King was, the fact that the Shadow King doesn't have a physical body, that he's like a parasite that goes from like person to person, like that was even cool. Like they really stuck to some of that stuff to make it really, really awesome. I've been recommending the hell out of it to anybody that's willing to lend me their ear for a few minutes about Legion, because dude, man, I love that show. I love that show.
It's freaking amazing, dude. Like, it really did take a chance. It's really not like, and the way he said, like, Inhumans, or the way it was described, like, Inhumans is nothing like we've seen on TV, which is a really kind of bold statement, because I think Legion was way different from not only any type of safe way they could have gone with the story, or like really kind of taken back some of it. Like, there was definitely some like horror elements to it. I feel like just his flashbacks, just the way he was with a kid, you know, just as a child, and seeing like the Shadow King and the angriest what is it, the angriest boy in the world,
the world's angriest boy,
dude, like that was genuinely creepy, man. So I'm excited to see where they're going to go in season 2. Especially with the way they left it off. Of course, we won't say how it ended, but if you have a chance to see it, definitely stay through. They definitely did that Marvel move where they have a little extra bit at the end.
Yeah. I love that it was like after the credits. So if you stopped at the credits, like you didn't see the last final scene. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, nice. Way to play it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, like, oh man, I can't wait till the next season. Like, I really cannot wait till the next season if they're going to be doing that. And I really hope people watch it, man. Like, I know, so I took a deep dive afterwards. Yeah. Because I hadn't watched, because I have, I don't have cable still.
Yeah.
So, but I have like, like the online cable, like, cord cutting sling stuff. But, So with that, I get to use the FX app itself. So rather than just getting the episodes, like there's a bunch of little like snippets, like like what are they called? Featurettes.
Yeah.
Like, and I just like let them play afterwards. Like I was just like, I'll watch them all. And the actual things like in there were really good. Like hearing the actors talk about like their characters and who they were. I saw the way they made the Shadow King. Like, from the conceptual drawings. I saw
that little clip, that little featurette clip. I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, oh my goodness, it's crazy, man. Like, cool. It's like this guy who's like 6'8", I think, 6'7". He's like a really tall dude, but he's like super skinny.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just really skinny and lanky. So like the feet and arms that you see, like that's the
Those
guy.
Are his.
Yeah, and
that's
he just has
crazy.
the rest of it's like prosthetic, like that goes over.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I was like, dude, and that's the kind of stuff that I really appreciated about the show too, man. Like there was so many practical effects. There was so many things where like, yeah, there's CGI in there, but it wasn't like crazy. Everything is animated CGI. Like they took a lot of practical stuff, used like, the better CGI that we have now, but using it in old school ways, like where they didn't get to do everything super fancy. And dude, it made things come to life, dude.
Yeah.
It made things come to life. It takes you into that world. I love the way they told the story. Like, dude, half the time I was like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah.
Like, what the freak just happened? Like,
it really
I don't
puts you in that
understand
mindset.
anything.
Yeah, man.
But it kept you guessing, and it keeps you interested for the next one. And it's like, okay, and everything gets like slightly clearer every episode, and I loved that, man. Like,
dude, that's like deepest darkest fears. Like honestly, because in that whole show, you really don't know what's real, what's in his mind.
Yeah.
What is it? What did the Shadow King create? Is that a Shadow King like world, or like what's going on?
Yes.
And I think like, okay, so deepest darkest fears is like a Tumblr page. If you haven't heard of it,
I want to go.
Yeah, and it's essentially like I think people write in with their deepest darkest fears, and they kind of like just put a little like comic strip to it. So like that would definitely be mine. Like. Of this not being the real world, and like I'm somewhere like I'm either still asleep somewhere, or I got hit in the head really hard because I did something dumb,
Oh my goodness!
But I think
deepest darkest fear, endless on-call weekend.
Oh my god! Oh,
but man. One was
no, like my favorite one is like. That in real life I'm actually screaming at the top of my lungs and I don't notice it, and everybody else is just being really really nice to me, and it's just like 4 little scenes of like him on a train like screaming and like everybody's looking at him being like everything's fine, or just like at a shopping mall just like chilling out on an elevator screaming,
oh my god,
oh man, so good stuff.
I feel like that's my life. I feel like I talk way too loud in daily situations.
To who?
Everybody.
I don't think that's true.
I'm pretty loud.
True that as it may be, you're not as loud all the time. So I'm gonna call bullshit on that one.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That makes me feel better on the inside.
I hope so, man.
So anyway,
that's my B. That's
if you haven't watched Legion, like. You have to watch this show. Like, if you're interested at all in the comic book universe, if you're into Marvel, if you're into X-Men, like, dude, it's such a must watch. Like, I still can't wrap my head around how Fox did something so right. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, so far, I don't know who's in charge, or I don't know who's been doing what, but whoever they're getting their creative direction from, kudos to you, sir.
Yes.
Or madam.
I think it's the main director, man. I think a lot of it was based off of like what he wanted to do. Noah Hawley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He has a lot of screen time on those featurettes, and he talks about a lot of like how he came to certain conclusions and processes and directions for the show. So it's really cool, man. I really appreciate him being a part of it. Really awesome.
Well, I hope he knows how much you.
Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it.
I hope he knows how much he's appreciated, and just. Make
he's listening to this right now. So
obviously,
we're telling him. Come on, Eric. All right, let's move on. Bring me back down to earth, Eric.
Bringing it back home. The Walking Dead.
The who?
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. So, The Walking Dead had its Season 7 finale. Season 7, can you believe it, dude?
Yes, I can.
I know.
It feels like they've been walking for 10.
No kidding. But you know what? I wanted to bring that up because I knew that's exactly what you were going to say.
Okay.
And
bring it back.
I watch, amongst other things, a bunch of YouTube channels. And, of course, like, I can't help it, but sometimes the only solace that I get is like at 10-minute increments, and so that's the perfect length of a YouTube channel for me. So I'm watching this guy who's Matt Pat, and he does film theory. I don't know if you've seen this guy.
I don't know. I think you've shown it to me before, but I was like, meh.
Yeah. That sounds like an attitude that you'd have toward this.
Yeah, I think so.
But essentially, they do a lot of walking. And in the whole scheme of things, like really from season 7, from when we first started, when Rick first woke up and he was like, oh, well, things are dead and people are different now. What's happening? From that point up until now, till him seeing his friends get beaten to death in front of his face, it's only been 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Like in the whole scheme of things.
Okay.
And a lot of these episodes and a lot of the scenes.
It's been 2 years?
Yeah.
How the hell is Carl so huge?
No kidding, right? He had a growth spurt.
Anyway.
And how was Judith so huge also? Actually, you know what?
I'm so sorry.
Actually, you know what?
No, they keep changing the little
baby. Yeah.
So that it stays the same age.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I can kind of attest to that too, because my daughter is only a year and a half, and she's like as big as a 3-year-old pretty much.
Yeah.
So, babies grow fast sometimes. That's the way it goes. But with that being said, a lot of things happen in between. Like people have to grow really quickly. Carl had to, grow really quickly, and the things that he had to see and things that he had to do. He went from a little kid being like, I don't know what's going on, to, damn, I got to shoot my mom because she might turn into a walker. Spoiler alert. I couldn't say spoiler alert. I was like, spoiler alert, season 2. Dude, the theory that he comes up with is that because people that are loners wouldn't survive in this, they have to build the group dynamic. And the group is always growing and always changing because people die. A part of that is society as a whole wouldn't make it unless we had a strong group to kind of grow and build that off of. So Rick's group, they have to show a lot of bonding and a lot of that really making their turmoil with each other, and to show their stories and to show their hurt, because it is a short period of time that they have been traveling for. So they have to show them like, hey, there really are still people too, even though they're killing people like left and right, and they're killing hundreds of people by now. There's still people. Yeah. They kill all the people pretty much. So I thought it was an interesting take. I put his video in there just because it does explain it, and it makes it not hurt as much, because when I see those walking episodes of The Walking Dead, I understand where they're coming from now. Yeah. So that is what it is. Like, but go ahead.
Oh no! So like I want to watch it. Like I haven't. I'm like 4 episodes back on it. Yeah. Like, did they ever end up having a final battle?
Yes.
Okay. Was it epic?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my problem, and like I will watch the rest of this episode to the end of the final season, but I haven't right now because I've been watching things like Legion, which is like super engaging. Yeah. Legion first season, it's hard. 8 episodes.
Yeah.
8 freaking episodes, and they went through that story like piece by piece, dissecting it, putting it in front of you, and really giving you the true meat of the story and cutting out all the fluff. Dude, 16 episodes for The Walking Dead? Mm-hmm. Dude, they can do that in 10. They can do it in 10 and cut the shit out of it, man. True. Like, why are we having to deal with like an extra 6 episodes that do nothing? If you you can cut those like easily down to 10 episodes and really give me something good that I have, like, that I'm going to spend my time on. Like, and right now, dude, I don't even feel like going back to those episodes, because even with these episodes that I know are going to be the action-packed episodes of this season, like, I know there's going to be fluff even in those episodes. Like, just to finish filling out the time slot that they got. You know? And I'm just like, I'm tired of it, man. Like, it's really, like, worn on me for 6 seasons already. Yeah. You know? This is, like, the 7th time I'm having to go through this, and I'm almost completely fed up with it. Like,
no, I think you are fed up with it. You're not almost nothing. You are.
It's done. It's over.
You're done, son. Dude. But, you know, if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to ruin it for you then. Or ruin it for those.
You can ruin it if you'd like.
That's okay, totally here fine. We go.
Go ahead, man. Bring it on.
Regan. I was going to say Rick and Negan. Damn it! Right when you took a big
Regan,
chug.
ship it.
Regan. Rick and Negan meet in this battle at the end, but it's exactly how it goes down in the comics.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so just the battle scene, everything that builds up to this moment is it seems like this is it. Like it's happening. Bam, I'm snapping my fingers a lot because I feel like this is going to make this point.
That's the way to do it.
Yes. Bam, done. But in the comics, the way it happens is the incident with Glenn happens. They go back. They go out to collect or try to get supplies for the Saviors. And while they're gone, they meet Spencer at Alexandria, and they gut Spencer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that happens really quickly in the comic. That's like within like 2 or 3 books. And when Rick gets back and see that's what happened, and Negan's trying to tell him, I did you a favor, man. This guy was trying to take you down and did it the cowardly way and do it while your back was turned. Like, while you're out there for me, killing yourself, and I know it kills you to do this. He's like, I'm doing you a favor. Yeah. This guy was a piece of shit, Yeah. And that's the thing. And like, while he's doing that and they come for their next shipment, that's when they everybody attacks the kingdom with him and everything. And Negan wins, like, cause it's only him and a couple guys that come for the shipment. And so they think like, oh, we can overthrow him really quickly. And so the kingdom attacks with Rick's group, and they lose like almost immediately because there's people outside of Alexandria waiting to see what happens. And Negan's
wow. Okay, yeah.
Dude, I try to make it easy for you. I'm going to give you this one time. Don't let it happen again. And so the rest of the series, before the next part, the next chronicling of it, is them building and trying to get all the provisions and get all these other people to come help attack again. So, so in the show, that scene takes this entire season to build to.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay.
But in that same way that it reverses it. So right after that happens, and right after they build the provisions and get everybody together, they go to all-out war.
Okay, yeah.
And that's when like the brutal part of the story really begins.
Yeah.
So that's what season 8 it's going to be, because, and a spoiler alert for the season 8, the very last words or one of the very last scenes of this episode are Negan with his group, he calls in his satellite, his outpost. Yeah. And all the guys are there, and Negan is speaking out to them, and he's like, "We're going to war." That's it. Yeah. And I mean, season 8 is going to be the all-out war. Yeah. That it was in the comics, and then right after that should go into the Whisper, the introduction of the Whispers, and then the Whisper War, which is freaking crazy. Like, that whole part of it is freaking nuts, and I'm excited that they're already going to be getting to there. I hope, and it's not a lot more of this building. Dude. So
that's the thing, is I would be excited for that. I would be really excited for that if I knew it was going to happen like in a season and get it done. Mm-hmm. And or if the seasons were shorter, if they were like, hey, you know what, this next season we're only getting 13 episodes, or 12 episodes. Like, I'd be down with that. I'd be okay. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh no, they're cutting down my show. Like, I'd be like, good. Like, let's cut out all the stupid crap and make it like something that's like watchable and exciting, and you're not having to spend the budget of like sending him out there for like 5 episodes of just walking around for no reason, or trying to, gather some provisions, or, like, some of it's good and some of it's decent character building, but it's not spectacular character building. Yeah. And it doesn't always tell a great part of the story. Some of it's just like, dude, like, why? Like, why? Please just move along. Yeah. Like, you could do everything that you're doing, the exact same character building, give me the same meat of that in like half an episode. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, we'll see. And maybe they'll cover more content. Maybe it'll get better. Yeah. Maybe it's just me complaining for no reason, like I love to do. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Either way, I'm watching the show. I think I'm too far into it to like
can't
not
stop
finish
now.
out. Right.
Yeah.
So
How I was with Lost. Like, I was like, I'm too deep. There's going into parallel timelines now. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I can't stop because this is like the last of the final season. So I can't.
Exactly. Like it's done. Like you're going through it. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna watch unless something like crazy happens or like they get into like really ridiculous stuff. Then I'm out at that point.
You're done.
I'm done. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully that isn't the case.
All right, man. Well, I hope not either. So we'll see.
Cool, man.
We'll see.
But you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did. I did. I think it ended strong. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Cool, man.
All right, man. Let's move to the theaters because a couple things came out this week. Or actually, you know what? A couple things did come out. But we're only going to talk about one of them. But I'm excited to talk about the news that Fox dropped a couple days ago, which was Alien Day.
Yeah.
So, dude, if you haven't seen or if you don't know what Alien Day it is, it's essentially the second year that they're going to be doing this. It's on
April 26th?
April 26th.
I'm just guessing because LV 426.
You shut your dirty mouth.
So, I mean, you didn't know that much at least, Eric.
Yeah, because I was like, 424, 425? No, that doesn't sound right. So it's in reference to LV 426. There's going to be a lot of events that are happening that day. They're going to be live streaming from Fox Studios in LA, doing kind of like a panel. Bless you.
It's gone now. You made it go away.
Yeah. They're doing a panel from Alien Covenant, just a Q&A, some behind-the-scenes stuff. They're going to do a screening of Alien, the original Alien, across the globe that day, like all at the same time, which is kind of crazy. They're going to have the mother of all Alien trivia challenges, and the mother is spelled Muthur, just like the computer in the original. And they're also going to be doing like a fan art contest. So all this is going down. Pretty exciting. It just all the way around, dude. Like, Ridley Scott's doing a great job, I think, in this regard of bringing it back home to like the original kind of like really, really horror aspect of it. And it seems like he knows what he's doing because from the last reports, like he's going to be the way James Cameron is in the Avatar making business or the Avatar movie making business. Ridley Scott will be into the Alien movie making business for several years to come.
Yeah.
And he's getting up there, man.
Dude, he's I was about to say like, yeah, several years to come, but I mean, how
Which
many?
I feel is dick move, Ridley Scott, because Neil Blomkamp was super excited about doing his own version of Alien, and after Prometheus didn't do as well, or it didn't do as well. I don't think with the fans, somewhat, but I think I know that's probably one of your favorites.
I know there's certain like diehard fans that don't want to mess with the Alien aesthetic, did not like Prometheus at all, but I liked it a lot, man.
I know you did. I know you dug it, which I think it really did open up a lot more people to the whole Alien universe. Those that maybe didn't enjoy the originals, or maybe not that they didn't enjoy them. Just it's a different take on what the originals and the whole chronicling of it is. But I think that there's some stuff that happens in Covenant that kind of answers of a lot of that. Man, there's so many like featurettes and not featurettes, but like mini clips that are coming out that are really, really spoiling the movie. So if you really want to go in there with like a clear mind and a clear path, like don't watch any of these clips because it gives a lot of it away. Yeah, and it answers some of these things that were left open. Just wait till the movie comes out. But so I don't know, man. What do you think? Are you excited for this movie coming out?
Am I excited, Eric?
No.
You tell me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Super pumped. This is cool, man. Like, I can see, it looks like they're just trying to create, like, I mean, what Star Wars, did for them back in the day, too. Like, just like something that people can enjoy for years, and it's not just a, like, one-time thing, and then, like, it's just this series of movies. Like, it's something that people keep coming back to, and we'll keep buying things for, and we'll keep like coming for releases. Like, I mean, Disney's done an awesome job with Star Wars. Star Wars wasn't Like, it was great. People loved it. But when the prequels came out, like, everybody got excited for them. And then as soon as they were, like, done, it, like, died down super quick because people were fairly, I don't know, there were certain people who were, like, pretty disappointed with how they turned out. You know, and I think it's because more they expected the old stuff, right? I mean, with what Disney's done to bring that, like, back, you know, and get people back into it, like, at such a high level, like, dude, that's I feel like that's all they're trying to, like, make, you know, with this. But this is good. This is a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I know as the words are coming out of my mouth, it probably sounds like I'm just trying to trash it and say it's not good. But it's cool. Like, I like it. Everything that's coming out so far and that they've announced, like, with this thing is pretty sweet, man. I think I'll enjoy it, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude. Looks pretty awesome. Like, you know what's funny is, like, I have backstory to this. So in college, I had this professor. He was amazing, but I'm gonna leave his name out of here for the reason why you'll see soon. You'll understand. So he was telling us, like, when he was in college, like, he tried LSD for the first time, and he was like, I need to see, like, some kind of cinematic adventure that's gonna really just put my mind out there. And he's like, something like Star Wars, like, it's going to be amazing, something that's just really out there. And so he did it, and then him and his friends, they went to the movie theater, and they realized that they went to see Alien. And he's like, dude, which is a terrible movie to see when you're tripping, because
like, everything seems real, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
god. Oh my god. He was like, it scared me away from doing anything like that ever again. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, I just thought that's an amazing story.
Dude, that's hilarious. That's really funny, dude.
Yeah.
Poor guy. I feel bad for him.
No, he's good. He did well with his life. So
right,
yeah.
Well, cool, man. Let's move on, dude. All right, man. So last thing for this episode, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, how was the movie, man?
The anime was amazing because I didn't get a chance to see the movie.
Eric, you've been talking about this for months.
I know.
You've been talking it up for months. I expected you to be the first person in line for the first showing of the day.
Usually I would have been, John. You know this.
I know this.
But be it as it may, the family unit was not doing that great this week.
The damn family getting in the way.
I know. You know, we do a lot. You know, we're able to go, man. Okay, 2 weeks ago, man, we saw 3 or 4 movies like within 2 days. I believe.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty ridiculous. Like, as much, and I think because of that backlash, the following week, which was last week, we took a hit. So I was sick, the wife was sick, baby was sick, dog lost his ear.
All consecutively.
Consecutively. It was not a great day for the fam, or a great week and a half. So still kind of getting over everything. But I did have a chance to watch the anime.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jose, for letting me borrow that. I'm going to get that to you. Sorry, Cody, still haven't watched Miss Code 45 yet. Miss 45, or The Never Ending Story, and The Never Ending Story 2, Never Ending Her Story. But that's soon gonna happen. So,
oh my god!
But Jose, you're getting your movie back soon. But yeah, dude, the anime was pretty amazing. I know I watched bits and pieces of it before, but watching it all together now, it just so Matrixy, so the music is done really well. It's just really, really well done. Just the whole direction of it, just really a great movie. I enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna watch it again before I give it back, because I don't know when I'm gonna see Jose again. But I'm gonna try to watch it again too. But I really want to see it in movie theaters. I haven't heard the best things about the movie. Like, I hear it's a good movie, but maybe. Yeah. You know, it's not living up to like what they thought it was going to be. I've seen some reviews, but damn it, like I think the sound of it is just really well done, man. It's a good story, and I don't know. I like it.
Okay, so I mean, so I'm gonna go watch it. Like,
you want to go watch it?
No, I went.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I went to go watch the live action version.
Yes.
Dude, it was good. It didn't blow me away. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know if I expected it to, So I feel like it met my expectations right for what I was looking for. You know, if it had blown me away, like I would have been like, okay, cool, like that was better than I would have thought. But it just met everything. But I mean, that doesn't make it bad.
No.
Or like down from. I don't know. It doesn't change the level of what this movie is, which is a really good movie. I don't know if I'd say great, or it's definitely not an instant classic. It was just good. Like it was a good, solid movie. Like I definitely enjoyed it. It's one that I would watch again easily.
Yeah.
like when it comes out.
Would you buy it on Blu-ray?
Oh, I'm planning to.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, like I would love to, because I'd love to watch it again. It reminds me a lot of Eon Flux.
Oh yeah,
like it's not a movie
not
exactly
the bad
like
parts,
that, right?
but like the good parts.
No, because I mean in the more of a sense of like how I feel about it.
Okay.
Because Eon Flux is one of those ones that I can just throw on, like I can just like put it on in the background and like just let it play. Because that one's not a great movie. That one's probably even worse than this one.
Oh no, for sure it was.
Yeah.
Except for Charlize Theron, she's amazing.
That's the saving grace of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it just like it's one of those things that like it's got a good plot. It's got some nice movement through it. The way that certain scenes play out is really it's cool, man. It does a good job. Like it does a good job of telling the story that it needs to tell. But it wasn't one that I was like, oh, this is super original, or like, wow, this really blows my mind.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the movie, like not even I've never watched the anime. I've kind of seen things about it, like, and I've seen more visuals than anything else.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know what the story was of the anime. But like going into it, just from watching the previews and the trailers, like I was like, okay, I know where this is going to go.
Okay.
And
did it meet that expectation? Because from the anime, it was, and I feel like the entire opening scene of the anime was they have a brain that's encapsulated, that they start adding cybernetic parts to it, and it kind of goes shooting down this tube of liquid, essentially comes up through Westworld milk, and shatters nudity, and comes to life after getting a little in the brain. Stuff like, what is it, doing a jabbing motion, not stabbing 3 times, but like the little inserts in the back of the head. So to wake up.
Yeah.
Similar. Okay, cool.
Very similar.
Very
like
cool.
Almost exactly like shot for shot. You were describing what I saw in the movie.
Oh, okay. Well, that's exactly how it opens in the anime.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Like it seems like there might have been some slight differences. Like the brain was already in a tank, like of water, and they brought the thing into like the body into like, and they insert it into the body that they've made, like coat it, with like the living type materials, and then it's not complete nudity when it comes up. It's also like it looks like the bodysuit that you see in the previews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's more like that.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
Missed opportunity, I feel. Yeah, because and so in the anime, the sequence that kind of like introduces Major, is she's standing on top of a building, and she kind of has these like crazy glasses on. They look like Oculus Rift glasses, and she gets a mission to assassinate somebody that's in the building. So she unrobes, jumps off the building, and shoots a few bullets but she goes invisible first. Yeah. Apparently you can go invisible. And she kills a few people, and they look out the window, and she goes invisible again. Like she goes, like you can just see her face, and then she does like this hand motion across her face, like the happy sad thing.
Yeah.
And then she goes invisible again. So, and then she kind of disappears. Similar in the movie. Okay, right on.
Like I don't know if they ever show her face and do the happy, unless I was just looking at the wrong part of the screen. But it's like they're just shooting out the window because they don't know what's there, and then all of a sudden there are like more shots coming in from another part of the floor. Like because it's a big like I guess like office building floor or like a big wall that's just windows. So like they're shooting at one point because that's where it looks like the shots are coming from. Then like more people die on the other side, so they start shooting over there, and there's like nothing until she busts in and like like invisibility is lost and kind of starts killing like the rest of the people that are in there. But yeah, man, like they did a lot. It seems like they did a lot of shot for shot recreation.
The main antagonist in the anime is this person called the Puppet Master. And Puppet Master essentially is a bunch of has taken advantage of a bunch of people to kind of like steal code and do it from a whole bunch of sites and stuff around town. So they're just trying to like it's a cat and mouse thing like the entire time. And trying to get to him. Similar in the movie.
Yes. So I don't know if they ever call him Puppet Master.
Oh yeah.
Like but yeah, like stealing a bunch of code. Like he's trying to put together something of his own. Like it's basically what they come to. Like he's searching for a particular thing, and it seems like he's targeting certain people to do it. So I don't know if we're getting into spoiler territory. I don't want to talk too much before going there.
Okay. Yeah, then let's just leave it at that because I think a lot of that is in the trailer. So possibly.
Yes.
So yeah, and you know what? And I think that the live action movie, is almost 2 hours long.
Yeah.
If not a little over 2 hours, and the anime is only like I think 90 minutes. Yeah, it's not that long. So
I mean, I think it's right at 2 hours for the movie. I don't think it's very, very much longer than that.
Yeah, maybe it's an hour and 15 minutes, maybe the anime, but
pretty short.
Yeah, pretty short in that regard.
Yeah, pretty short.
Pretty short, John.
It is a pretty shirt.
Thank you. Makes my eyes pop. But yeah, dude. So met your expectations.
Yes.
I'd like you to check out the anime and see what you thought of the anime at some point in time. Maybe we'll do like a little review once the Blu-ray comes out, and we can do kind of like a.
Nah, man. I think you need to get out to the theater to go watch this movie.
Probably so. Damn it.
I mean, if nothing else, it's Scarlett Johansson.
And we talked about.
I know your
earlier.
love of Scarlett Johansson.
You know I love me some ScarJo. I don't know of any other actor or actress that has this arc the way she does that I just realized today.
Oh yes.
I really want to see the back movie of this whole arc of her becoming, kind of being down on her luck and doing a job that turns her insides into the perfect human and Lucy, and she becomes a hard drive at the end of the movie.
Yes.
To her becoming an OS, like in her, and then them putting her mind in this cybernetic body, which is Ghost in the Shell. That'd be some crazy arc. Like I feel like there's a larger story there. That'd be pretty amazing to see.
That is awesome.
But yeah, because I can't think of anybody else that has that awesome of a tie-in, and over like that period of time.
Yes. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, man. Like, that's funny that it happened to be that way. Like it's just one of those things that's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
man,
gonna happen.
I really think if you go watch it, like you will enjoy it. Just because it's good, man. It's a good sci-fi movie, like overall. Like that's just what it is. Man, there's one thing that I'm gonna. Okay, so we're gonna talk spoilers right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Not a whole lot. We're really long on time already.
Okay.
So I don't want to spend too much time on it, but there was one part that like really, just the way it ended, man. Like it just really, really, really like. I think it took away from the movie. I think I might have thought it was even a little bit better if it had. I don't know. Overall, the movie doesn't change too much for me. Okay. I'm not one of those people who's going to be like, oh, like just this one thing ruined the movie for me. Like I'm not. Everything else was still really, decent and good, really good, not great. But then at the end, the guy that they were after. So I don't know how it is in the anime, but in the movie, they're basically after the head of the guy who's creating all these robots. Like, is that how it is in the anime?
Like the head? Like just the head? Like the physical head?
Like the CEO of the company.
Oh. In the anime, it's... The ghost is... It's kind of like her. Like she has like some of these memories, kind of. Or she kind of hears like the something inside her is talking, and she hears it. Like for her to make a change or for her to be different, and that at the end they have this other piece that's the part of the piece puppet master that's looking for her so that they can kind of rule the world together, essentially.
Okay.
A little bit different.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
She has her friend that's with her also that has these weird eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so I guess a little bit different from the movie.
Probably a little bit different. Like,
yeah,
so this is like,
but I mean, they did take from the manga and they did take from another series as well
Right.
that Ghost in the Shell did. So maybe it's a tie-in from one of the other two. I'm not familiar as much with the other properties.
So I mean, this one, I mean, I don't want to like spoil too much with it. But they do get to the end. They get basically the main bad of the movie, and. It just bothered me more than anything else because I think this was, if you go back like 10, 15, 20 years, probably more like 15 to 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like, I think at the end of the movie, if they just kill the bad guy, like, it's okay. Totally fine, right? Like, a lot of times justified. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, I think if they're going to kill the bad guy at the end of the movie, they'll usually go around it in a roundabout way. Like, they'll usually, like, he either dies by his own cause, like, almost like a self-suicide. Like,
he had a Disney Prince death. Is that what's happening? Like, Scar fell, on his own accord.
So that's
Gaston,
how it's been recently,
yeah,
right? Like, so like Gaston like gets up and shoots and like dead. But I think that's what you have to do to kind of justify you killing the main bad.
Mm-hmm. Like he does, like Beast doesn't kill Gaston. Like Gaston like falls because he's trying to kill him. He falls on his own accord.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the way that most things happen nowadays.
Yeah.
If you think about like 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't like that. Like, people walk into the room, there's the bad guy, and without any second thought, they just boom, like shoot the guy cold blood. Like, and it's basically murder,
Yeah.
Like, and that's what happens here.
What do you mean?
Good guy gets the bad guy. And instead of like taking them in, having them brought to justice, like the guy is unarmed now.
Oh yeah.
And they just like shoot him like dead.
Oh right.
Like just straight up murder.
It is just cold-blooded murder.
Yeah, I was like, dude, how the hell and why?
Street justice.
Street justice, man.
Damn it. No, you know what? I'm glad you said that because that was okay. A little Logan spoilers. That's exactly how like Logan did it.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
he was in the middle of his monologue and he's like, boom. "Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do." Blam. Like, gone. Your throat's gone.
Yeah.
You got no throat, bitch.
Oh my god. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's making a comeback. It feels like, it's like cold-blooded murder, just like killing the bad guy.
Murders have gone away for a while. I'm glad they're making a comeback.
What?
But
even then, like in Logan, like his whole troop was like also after him. Like still, like I mean, he had like the X-24, like still like right there, ready to kill him. Mm-hmm. So him killing him is a little more justified, right? Like you got to take them out, like. Essentially to get these kids to survive. Like in this one, it's not. Like they have them apprehended. They can easily take them in, but no, it's like just cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
So it was just like the overall feeling afterwards. I was like, damn, man, like that kind of sucks. Like, but I mean, it's a movie. It just
that's what I hear.
It just it just didn't sit with me completely right. But I mean, oh well.
Well. I'm still excited to see it, even though you spoiled it for me. I'm fine.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I'll still see it.
I think you'll still very, very, very much enjoy this movie. Like, and to get there is still like a good journey. Like it doesn't detract from that. It just, I wish that they would have done that slightly different.
Yeah.
But, so now you know what happens.
Well, I think that's okay.
But I figure you could have deduced that within the first 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm telling you, like, I don't know.
My deduction. How I do it.
Okay, anyway, so done with this episode. I think we're done. We ran long.
We're super long, man.
We're trying to keep it shorter, and we ended up running longer than normal. I think. It depends. After editing, I never know, because I'm always like, oh, this is going to be so long, and then it's like
45 minutes.
105. Like, we try to keep them at an hour, and, so we'll see what happens after editing. But, yes. Done. Next episode, we'll talk a little bit about the movies coming out from April to June. We love to do these kind of reviews of what's coming up just to see what we're excited about, what we're going to talk about on the show. So we'll do that, and we'll try to keep that episode shorter. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. But until then, thanks for listening. You can find us and communicate with us over SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Kenobi's-corner. It's a good place for a comment section to kind of communicate with us on each episode. If you have any critiques, any suggestions, any things you want to see us do in future episodes, definitely feel free to put them on there. You can also find us on Twitter at twitter.com/Kenobi's Corner, Twitter user at Kenobi's Corner. Send us a tweet. Like, we'd love to respond to you, have a communication there.
Tweet us.
Yes, let us know. Let us know you're out there. Then also on Google. On YouTube.
On YouTube. You can find us on GoogleTube.
On GoogleTube.
Which isn't an incorrect statement.
I mean, yes, it's close, right? Like,
Yeah.
It should be at least that.
Yeah.
But you can find us on YouTube. Just search Kenobi's Corner, and you should be able to find us there. Once again, good comment section if you want to leave and communicate with us. The other things you can find us on is going to be the iTunes Store and the Google Play Store. Most other podcasting platforms will have us on there. You can just search Kenobi's Corner and you should be able to pull us up pretty easily. If you guys have any other podcasting platform that you guys want us to be on, please let us know and we'll do our best to try to get on there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, until then, my friends, please enjoy yourselves and each other.